The Vaki Foundation, at its just concluded 2018 Global Education and Skills Forum, rewarded innovation as much as it gave expression to the challenges bedeviling education. One of such was a public briefing dubbed #NeverAgain, where U.S. school administrators met minds on the social factors fueling attacks on schools.
Has Parkland changed?
Moderated by foreign affairs analyst Bobby Ghosh, the Never Again public briefing was a time to meet minds, solidarize, and condemn all forms of attacks on schools. U.S. school administrator Dr. Nadia Lopez shared about how she tried to get a potentially violent student suspended without success.
I put it in, we were denied a suspension. I literally call and I say, I'm so confused. He physically picked up a young lady and pushed her into a chalkboard. Please help me understand why he didn't get a suspension. Well, you know, it's typical that these kids can sometimes get a little aggressive, but is she bleeding? Does she have any broken bones? And I said, do we need to wait for that? So fast forward, this child continuously became aggressive. I intervened, calling the parent, explaining to them what my concern, and I said, bottom line, this is what I'm concerned about. I don't really know your son, but I'm concerned that one day he will either end up in jail or he will be killed or he'll kill someone because he's too angry and someone needs to do something.
Contributing to the conversation, U.S. school teacher Michael Soskill says the violence has been on for years and nothing has changed.
And then someone else says, no, it's not the guns, it's the mental health issue. And no, it's not the mental health issue, it's the identification issue. And it's all of those issues put together. And I think that's the frustration that I would think that all of us feel up here in this panel. And I think I speak for most Americans and most American teachers to say that the frustration is that nothing has changed in the past 20, 30 years, you know, since we've been dealing with these issues. And so I think the point that I'm trying to make, most importantly, is the need for nuanced conversation.
About a week and a half after the tragedy. And it's this idea of having armed teachers in school. Yeah. When the President of the United States comes on TV and says, this might be a good idea, let's maybe try it. That set off the parents. That's what's new in this particular conversation.
There is a complaint system, obviously you can report bullying, and the shooter was a bully, but you know, you never expect it to lead the way it does. And so there's also the stigma about, you know, snitching.
Such attacks have now necessitated lockdown drills across U.S. schools, which, according to another school administrator, Marnie Hazelton, have become disruptive to the learning process.
It's similar to a fire drill or an earthquake drill, but now it's called the active shooter drill, where we lock down the school, no one can go out or come in, we shelter in place, and as the number of school shootings increase, our drills increase, which disrupts the educational process.
And while these concerned parents and teachers shared experiences, another school shooting was being planned, this time for unsuspecting victims at Great Mills High School in Washington, D.C. 2 students were critically wounded as a result of that attack, which occurred 2 days after the public briefing at Vaki Foundation's Global Education and Skills Forum. A reminder to all about the very real threat to education, not just in the U.S., but around the world. Bukola Samuel, Wemimo, TVC News.